Hey guys, welcome back. And today we're doing something a little bit different that involves the old Winter Shimmers box. But first we're going to go through the polishes from the Fire and Ice collection. And as you can see from me furiously shaking the box, this did not come with a collection box. These are not limited edition, so it's just the standard box for now. Alright, so the collection is 5 polishes. There it is. It is 2 cremes and 3 shimmers. I believe they are referred to as like the sister shimmers from the winter collection shimmers. Here's me doing some kind of funky stuff with a ring light, trying to get the shimmers to show a little bit more. The blue you can see super well as I think it's like the orangey red one you can see a little bit better. But yeah, the blue one definitely stands out the most. And we're gonna kind of run through them real quick. We got red, which is called Hot Take. This bluish toned gray, which is called Cold Slate. The blue leaning shimmer, Freezer Burn. And really trying to get that blue shimmer to shine. There's certain angles where it just like completely shows through the bottle, and it's really cool. And I tried to get some close-ups just for funsies to just show some more of the shiftiness in the shimmer. Alright, and moving on, the next one is Halogen Glow. This one felt a little more difficult to determine what the main color is supposed to be, unlike Freezer Burn, which was very clearly blue. This one has more of a greenish pinky vibe to it. I think yellow also. And I feel like you can see more of the green part here. Yeah, just in the dark part before I blast this light on top of it, where it gets a little bit more pinkish with the light. Oh, a little bit more green there too. Oh, you can see some very clear flashes of pink, yellow right there. And then when I remove that overhead light, it turns green. Or it feels more green there. Alright, and the last shimmer from this collection is Scorched Earth. Alright, this one is going to be more of a reddish orange type of vibe. Although at some points it's also still going to look a little bit yellowy green, maybe. And right here is where you can really see that orange reddish shimmer shine through, very similar to how Freezer Burn shines through with blue. Alright, and some more close-up glamour shots. And this one also felt a little bit difficult to, well, I mean, you can clearly see the reddish orange. But yeah, it does feel like there's a greenish yellowish to it, and sometimes I got it confused with Halogen Glow, just from the bottle, just from having the bottles next to one another. But sometimes very clearly you can see that it's red. Alright, and we're going to do some paper swatches. I use this disposable palette paper that's for acrylic paint. And starting off with Cold Slate, it goes on pretty decently. The opacity's pretty not clear. I mean decently opaque. And here is Hot Take. Hot Take felt less opaque than Cold Slate. And for these shimmers, I'm doing half over one coat black. So starting off with Freezer Burn, you can see the blue right away. And then I decided to label them so I wouldn't get confused between Halogen Glow and Scorched Earth, because I was getting confused between them. And there is Halogen Glow. You can see it's more yellowy pink, I think. It's hard to see the colors sometimes. And then lastly is Scorched Earth, and you'll see more of the reddish orange of it. And here's some close-ups of my swatching. I'm not the greatest swatcher, so you can see more white from Cold Slate, but that's okay. And there's the shimmers. You can see more of the difference in the colors between Halogen Glow and Scorched Earth. I'm trying to get my light here to like shine so you can see like the colors over white too, and not just over one coat black. You can see the yellow from Freezer Burn more. I'm trying real hard, guys. Okay, and I got my lighting figured out, so you can definitely see more of the pink from Halogen Glow and the red from Scorched Earth, and of course the blue from Freezer Burn. We already knew about Freezer Burn. We love it. Alright, and I'm going to do second coats on Cold Slate and Hot Take, but I'm also going to mix them and just see what these two colors look like when they're mixed, just for fun. Who knows? Why not? Also, you can see that second coat of Cold Slate pretty much solved the opaqueness, as well as a Hot Take. I think when I did my first coat of Hot Take, I felt that it was more, or maybe less opaque, so I did kind of a thicker initial coat. So now we're gonna mix them both together, and it turns out this kind of a dark red, which makes sense when you mix those two colors. And I'm going to show this just to show it, but I do not recommend mixing shimmers in with crems, at least not these crems, because they disappeared, and so now I know, and I won't have to worry about doing this again. I will say though, these initial drops of like the shimmer over, I guess red basically, look kind of cool. So like probably water marble fine, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I've never done water marbling, so maybe I'll give that a shot at some point too. But here, yeah, you can see the shimmer is just gone. It's just gone, lost in the creme. And that concludes all the swatching and experimenting with the polishes that I'm doing for this. We are going back to the box business. Some people reported that they got like, I think 5 or 6 swatch box things, whatever. But I got 2 boxes, 2 little boxes, just like this, and I'm pretty sure it's because I ordered 2 other polishes. So they were like, we'll just ship them in these 2 little boxes, so they can then both fit in this one little brown shipping box. And they probably packed it better than that, and we said, yep, that's good, we gotta close this up. And yeah, we said that's pretty sensible shipping, good job. However, I, like many others, have the old Winter Shimmers collection box, and now that I have a lot more polishes than I ever thought I would have in my life, I like to group certain ones together. And the original, just like this one, came with 3 hello, came with 3 shimmers and 2 cremes, and I like to group all my cremes together in their own separate boxes, so that left 2 slots in the Winter Shimmers collection box. But I want to put all of these shimmers in this box, so my idea is to alter this box a bit so I can fit all 6 of those shimmers in there. And I think I'm gonna take these out, these middle pieces, and yeah, see what happens. And here I am on the floor. I'm talking, my mouth moving, but I'm not saying anything in the video. I don't know what I'm saying. But this is where I'm going to be setting up to try and get this box situated here. Also, how many times am I going to show this box? You've seen it. You've seen the opening and the closing. And I'm going to do like a little droppy test where I shake it. And I'm like, okay, it feels pretty. They are in there. Very nice. Alright, so here's the box with the original 3 polishes, and then here are the 3 additional shimmers I want to put in. And when you close it, it does that, so that's no good. So we're gonna take everything out. We get it, Stephanie. We get it. Oh gosh. We're gonna use this X-Acto knife. Is it an X-Acto knife? I don't think it is. I think it's just a box cutter. We're gonna use this box cutter, bam, to cut those, I don't even know what to call those little bars. Sure, we'll cut these little bars out. Yo, why didn't I take those polishes out before I started cutting? What was I doing? Maybe I liked the counterweight in there? I don't know. Like, I obviously take them out to cut out the rest, but, like, I can't believe I left them in there initially. And ta-da! It's free. And I also learned that the bottom it's not all like one piece. So it's like the top section's all connected. So once you cut like the top and the bottom, the under layer, I don't know what you call it. It's basically just glued in there. So from that I learned that I can just cut, yeah, the top part and then the bottom part, and then I can just pull it out. See, it's just glued in there. It's fine. Well, this one's just glued in there. I don't know about the other boxes. And yay, last one's out. Cool. So yeah, once I figured out how that first one worked in there, the rest were pretty easy to get out. And here they all are. And there's one that had got a little bit bent in the middle, but the other 3 looked good. And there's just this like residue left at the bottom from scraping. So I cleaned that out. and I'm getting all of the polishes just to see how they all fit in this space. Now, I'm not gonna leave them like this, but just to see, you know, just to feel it out. Go, okay, all right, they look good in here, actually. Oh, okay. And here are the bars where I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with them. But first I'm like, oh, let me try doing a little droppy drop test again for some reason. Here they are, wow. And I'm gonna shake them. Gently. And they stayed. And I said, oh, how about that? Okay, so polish is back out, and I have some black construction paper that once I'm done playing with, I'm gonna cut up to basically just put on the bottom to cover up the like glue and residue and stuff down there, just so it looks cleaner, even though it's gonna be covered up by polish anyway. Okay, and that's in there. There's a little spot where it doesn't cover the bottom. That's okay. I'm okay with that. But I am gonna have to deal with these extra little bits from the bars that I cut out. So I'm gonna clean those up. Okay, bar bits cleaned off. Bottom also cleaned out. Black construction paper going in. Oh, never mind. Bars getting dealt with. So I think I'm going to cut them in half and see how half of one of these bars fits in the box with the polishes. No, I cut it crooked. So then I had to shave off some more of the middle. Alright, so now that I have my two half bars, I'm gonna do some testing where I put polish a bar, until I basically go through all the polishes and see how they look. See how it works before I commit to cutting the rest of the bars in half. And so far, so good. I was feeling pretty decent about this. I was like, okay, looking good. And then I get to here, and I go, oh, it doesn't fit. And I kept trying to like find ways to maybe make it fit. I was like, oh, if I squish it, and then I was like, oh, it fell down, and yeah, it wouldn't fit. And at that point, I was like, I feel like if I'm pushing this too much, then I'm going to end up pushing the other polishes and it's going to be wrong. And so I'm saying, yeah, I can make it fit, but ultimately it's not going to fit with one of these half bars in there. So yeah. And I thought, well, maybe I can just shave off some more of these bars and just make thinner bars. But I had a hard enough time cutting this in half anyway, so my solution to this problem is to group them by two and use some of the remaining full bars to 2 polishes, a bar, 2 polishes, a bar, and then 2 more polishes. So that's what I did. So here's the box again, the 9,000th time I'm gonna do this close to open reveal, and there they all are. And I was actually really happy with my decision making, honestly. Like, how proud. And of course, I have to do a little drop test. I was super apprehensive about this. And I said, oh, they stayed in. So I gave it a little shake, and then one fell out, and I said, well, them's the kicks. But yeah, I had fun with this. Yeah, it messed up a box, but that's what boxes are for. They're for storing. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for being here. Bye.